What's up YouTube, Jamie the Kid00 here, back as promised with an Evol list. My case still hasn't come through, so I still don't have enough stuff to do all my Sylvan lists. Hopefully that will be changed by tonight, because I'm meant to be receiving it tonight. But for now, I've thrown you guys together an Evol list, and I'm really quite happy with it, so I figured I'd actually show you guys it. It is, as most of my deck profiles are, the first draft. If I'm confident with the deck, I actually then go on to test it a bit more, but this is another first draft list. It's mostly theory, playing various things that I kind of like the combos with. Some of them may prove to be inconsistent in the future, but the purpose of my videos is always to provide you guys with a skeleton of ideas, never a definitive deck to net deck. I always want to provide you guys with as many different concepts in the same deck so that you can learn as much as possible throughout the video. So, without much further ado, I'm going to get into the list, and I'll show you guys the theory brew I'm working with. So to start things off, I'm going to start off with the little Evoltile reptiles in the form of 3 copies of Evoltile Westlo. Westlo is pretty cool. He has a lot of cool combo plays because when you flip him, you get an Evolsaur monster from your deck, and of course that Evolsaur monster's effects are going to trigger because it's being summoned by an Evoltile. So we'll get on to maybe an interaction about this later on. I'm going to put one to one side because I'll see if I can remember to do an interaction. And I'm running out of battery already. Excellent. I then play 2 Najasho. I find that Najasho is a card you only really need when you have Evo-Force or enemy controller. So, yeah, that's why I'm only playing the 2 of this guy. And I'm testing 1 copy of Evoltile Lagusucho. Lagusucho is an interesting one. He has a bigger body than the other Evoltiles in the form of attack. When you normal summon him, you're going to be able to send an Evolsaur monster from your deck to your graveyard, which immediately sets up your Evo Singularity because your Lagusucho is your Evoltile. So when they kill that, you're going to get the Singularity. So you're going to get the Evoltile, and you will have already sent an Evolsaur by this card's effect. So it's pretty interesting. It gets the dead Darwino out of the deck sometimes if you don't want to make the Darwino plays against certain matchups. So it's quite nice. And if he's when he's flip face up, you get to special summon yourself an Evoltile monster from your deck. So that's the Evoltiles. For the Evolsaurs, I'm only playing double Cerato at the moment. While Cerato is a 1900 and he's the only kind of half decent one to draw, his effect isn't that phenomenal. His effect is pretty cool for getting you your floats, turning himself into a 21 beta, but he doesn't have a massive service to the main purpose of the deck, which is of course making the Evolsaurs. So we only play 2 as a muscle option. Similarly, we play double Evolsaur Diplo. While Diplo is great for clearing the way, clearing out those black horns and all sorts of cards like that, it, like Cerato, doesn't serve that much of a purpose for making the Evolsaurs apart from being the body. The main card we really want to focus on summoning after we've got at least one Evolsaur into the graveyard is Evolsaur Vulcano. Vulcano has the effect of, when he's special summoned by an Evoltile, you can target an Evolsaur monster in your graveyard and special summon that target. That target cannot attack, but think about it, you're then putting 2 Evolsaurs on the field, so you can immediately then move into your big bad Evolsaurs, which are the main play of the deck. And then finally I'm playing 1 copy of Evolsaur Darwino. Evolsaur Darwino is kind of interesting because when he's special summoned by the effect of an Evoltile monster, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field, any monster, and increase that target's level by up to 2. You can use that to disrupt your opponent's plays. There are some quite clever plays you can use this in. But you can also use this when you enemy controller off your Najasho, take control of your opponent's level 3 or level 4, special summon this off of the Najasho, and then you can change that monster's level to 5 so you can get this out. So you can exceed with this and make cool plays. So Darwino is pretty cool like that. So that's the monster lineup. I'm not playing Maxis at the moment because in this deck you don't really want your opponent to go off, you just want to be able to stop them, so I felt that the Maxis were a little bit redundant. Continue on, I play 1 Book of Moon because it's really, really strong with this deck, what with the flip effects and things like that, and the control aspect you want to have with the Evolsaurs. 1 enemy controller. I found that while enemy controller does open up a few combo plays, the fact that I'm only playing the 2 Najasho means you don't really want to have this that often. Your Najashos are searchable, this isn't, so when you get to this you can search your Najashos, no problem, so the econ is there. Double Lance, again you want to protect your stuff. I understand that Wiretap is nice because it gives the added bonus that you can get around Blackhorn, but then I lose to cards like Dark Hole and other spell-related removal. And others just spell-related cards. So I'd rather have the Lances for just that complete cover, and it's also a really cool battle trap, so I quite like that. I'm then playing Triple MST, get around those Fiendish Chains and things like that, clear out the odd back rows. and then playing triple Pot of Duality because you want to get to your Evoltiles. Your deck is kind of slow to start. You often won't make a big play turn 1 unless you open Najasho Evo-Force, which is kind of lucky, but you can make those plays. But we use the Duality to get to our stuff if we haven't opened it, long story short. A lot of the time you'll find yourself setting a Westlo. Those are great turns to Pot of Duality, so there you go. We then played triple Rota, 3 Evo-Diversity, search an Evoltile or an Evolsaur, and we then played triple Evo-Force. This card's really, really good. You contribute an Evoltile monster, special summon an Evolsaur monster from your deck, and it's treated as if it was special summoned by an Evoltile. So if you use this and Najasho, you're going to get 2 Evolsaurs and they're both going to trigger. Right, I'm going to speed this up because I'm running out of battery already. I then played triple Singularity, the new card from Primal Origin. This card is absolutely outrageous. It's Miracle Exceeds for your Solemn Judgment monsters, so this is outrageous. Triple Fiendish Chain, because I really like it as a trap. 1 Compulse, 1 Bottomless, 1 Torrential, and 1 Solemn Warning. The traps are fairly standard, you don't really need to know about those. For the extra deck, I'm playing 1 level 3 just as an option in case you have 2 Westlos on the field. So 1 Zenmaines, 1 Maestroke, 1 Silent Honorarch, 1 Exciton Knight, 1 Diamond Direwolf, 1 Wind-Up Zenmaines, because this has, sorry, Zenmaiester, because this card has a pretty cool combo with Westlo. I'll see if I can get it in the video. Gagaga Cowboy, Abyss Dweller, 2 Lagia, 2 Dolka, Tyrus, Volcasaurus, and this should be Evolsaur Solder, but for the life of me I can't find mine. So this should be one Evolsaur Solder. I'd play more, but I don't have any more. I only have the one which I can't find. Then I guess to quickly talk about this guy, Westlo has a pretty cool effect. Let's say your field is, if I can set this up real quick, set Westlo with like a Volcano engrave. Your opponent attacks your Westlo with something that's smaller than the Westlo. Your Westlo will get you a Volcano from the deck. Volcano will then special summon the other Volcano from your graveyard. You can then exceed the 2 for... I'm trying to do this really quickly, and I don't actually know the combo, I just know there's a good one. For Zenmaiester. You can then activate Zenmaister's effect to flip this guy face down. So your grave is now this, again. Flip this guy face down. You can then manually flip him because you haven't manually flipped him this turn. His effect will then activate, which can either get you a Darwino, make this guy level 5, and then you can have a like Volcasaurus Zenmaiester, or you can get another Volcano from your deck, and then special summon back the other Volcano you dumped in there. So you have this board. And then you can make an Evolsaur Xyz, and I'm pretty sure there was another cool play, and also bear in mind we haven't normal summoned at this stage, so you can get some pretty nifty plays going through there. But that was just a premise, like, people please experiment with this. I can't honestly remember the combo off the top of my head, and I am running out of battery, but I hope you've enjoyed this very short Evolsaur, Evoltile deck profile. I've definitely enjoyed testing it, but there are other decks which I'm sadly going to have to move on to because this deck is still relatively slow. I wouldn't recommend it for a competitive scene, but I would definitely recommend it for a locals. It's definitely a good laugh. But otherwise, that brings me to about the end of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you guys soon with some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Related content. This has been Jamie the Kid 00. Peace out. Bye-bye.